All right, welcome back. This is it, the final part of our deep dive into the language of ethical AI. We've laid the groundwork, and now we're going to tackle the big concepts, the ones that will really level up your understanding.
Yep, this is the final installment of our three-part series, all based on that awesome glossary from Virtualization Options LLC. And we've kind of saved the trickiest stuff for last, the terms that are super nuanced and, let's be honest, the ones people mix up all the time. So today, our one big goal is to get you crystal clear on these. So let's just jump right in with a huge one, shall we? You've heard these two thrown around, probably even used in the same sentence, ethical AI and responsible AI. But are they actually the same thing? Not even close. And figuring out why they're different? Well, that's absolutely key to talking about this stuff with any real precision.
And really, that's what this is all about, right? Precision. Because in a field that's moving at lightning speed, getting the words right isn't just about sounding smart. It's about how we go from these kind of fuzzy ideas to real concrete action. So let's get to it. Let's build up that expert-level vocabulary.
Okay, first things first, we're going to untangle some of the most commonly confused concepts out there. Those pairs of terms that always seem to trip people up. Getting these definitions straight is a huge win.
All right, first pair, transparency versus explainability. I like to think of it this way. Transparency is like looking at the blueprint for a whole building. You see the layout, the materials, the overall design. It answers the question, what is this thing? Explainability, though, is like having an engineer explain why one specific beam is placed exactly where it is. It's super focused. It answers, why did it do that? So you see, you could totally have the blueprint, that's transparency, but still have no clue why one weird thing happened in one specific room.
Okay, next on the list, another really important pair. Safety versus security. This one's pretty simple, but so critical. Safety is all about protecting us, the people, from the AI, right? Preventing accidents, stopping it from doing something harmful by mistake, like making sure a self-driving car doesn't hit a pedestrian. Security, on the other hand, is about protecting the AI from people, from the bad guys, basically. It's about defending it from hackers or anyone trying to mess with it. And a system can seem totally safe day to day, but be wide open to attack. Big difference.
And we're back to the big one from the beginning. Ethical AI versus responsible AI. Here's the absolute best way to think about it. Ethical AI is your compass. It's the philosophy, the why. It's always asking those huge, important questions like, is this the right thing to do? Is it fair? Responsible AI, that's your roadmap. It's the how. It's all about the practical stuff, the governance, the accountability, the processes. It asks, okay, how do we actually build this thing right? You absolutely need both. You need the compass to point you in the right direction, and you need the roadmap to actually make the journey. All right, so we've gotten a few key definitions squared away. Now let's pivot and talk about what's arguably the most critical piece of this whole puzzle. Us, the humans.
So what's the ideal scenario we're all shooting for? It's something called the human control principle, and the idea is actually pretty straightforward. AI is supposed to be a tool to help us, to augment our own intelligence. It's not supposed to completely take over our judgment, especially in really critical situations. The bottom line is, a human has to be able to step in, take the wheel, and say, nope, we're not doing that.
But here's the catch. There's this massive psychological roadblock called automation bias, and we all do this. It's that tendency we have to just, trust the computer. We get a suggestion from an automated system, and we just kind of go with it. Sometimes even when our own gut feeling or the evidence is screaming, that's wrong. So you've got this really interesting push and pull, right? The principle says humans should be in control, but our own brains sometimes want to just hand over the keys.
So what do we do about that? How do we fight this bias? Well, one of the best tools we have is something called stakeholder engagement. It sounds a bit corporate, but the idea is simple and powerful. You have to bring the actual people who are going to be affected by the AI into the room right from the very start. We're talking about the users, the employees, the community members. You involve them in the design, the testing, the whole shebang. That way, you're building something that actually solves real problems for real people, instead of just building what a developer thinks they need.
Okay, great. So we've got these principles, we're talking to stakeholders, but how do we make any of this stick? How do we make sure that when things go wrong, and sometimes they will, someone is actually held responsible? That's where you need a solid accountability framework. And the absolute foundation of that framework is algorithmic transparency. It just makes sense, right? You can't hold someone accountable for something that's a total black box, and this goes way beyond just sharing the code. It means being really open about what data went in, how the system makes its choices, what comes out the other end, and, this is the big one, what impact it's actually having in the real world. Okay, so once you have that transparency, the next logical step is auditability. This is basically the ability for an independent expert to come in, pop the hood, and check your work. They can actually examine the system and confirm that it's behaving the way you say it is. It's the ultimate show your work moment, and it's what makes accountability real. And all of that, the transparency, the auditability, it leads us right here to the final piece of the puzzle, algorithmic accountability. When you have those first two things, you can finally have real accountability. It means an organization has to be able to stand up and justify why its AI did what it did, and they are on the hook for the results. It's basically the buck stops here principle, but updated for the 21st century. Wow, okay, we have covered a ton of ground. We've gone from nitpicky definitions all the way to these big practical frameworks. For this last section, let's just pull the camera back a bit. Let's look at the really big picture, the global stuff and the ultimate end goals of all this work. And when you talk global, you have to talk about groups like UNESCO. They're playing a massive part in this. Back in 2021, their member countries actually agreed on the very first global standard for AI ethics. Now, it's not like a law that's legally binding, but that's almost not the point. What it does is create a shared playbook, a common ground for everyone to start from. And in a world where this tech is being built everywhere, having that shared understanding is absolutely crucial for guiding policies in every country.
But even with global standards, you run into this really tough, baked-in problem with AI. It's called dual use. And it just means that the same powerful technology could be used for incredible good or for really terrible things. Think about an AI that can write like a human. That could be an amazing tool for a novelist, right? But it could also be used to pump out fake news and disinformation at a massive scale. And that reality puts a huge weight on the shoulders of the people building these things.
And that brings us to, well, to what a lot of people think is the ultimate goal, the final boss of ethical AI, if you will. And that's value alignment. This is the Mount Everest of challenges. It's the question of how we make sure that what an AI is trying to achieve actually lines up with our human values. And our values are messy, right? They're complex, they're nuanced, sometimes they even contradict each other. I mean, seriously, how do you write code that understands fairness or dignity? It might just be the most important question we have to answer.
So here we are. After 3 parts, a whole bunch of terms, what does it all boil down to? I think it's this. Clarity is everything. Clarity is what turns these vague, hand-wavy conversations into real action. When we know what these words mean, we can stop talking in circles and start having the focused, productive debates we need to have to build better, safer AI for all of us.
And honestly, that was the entire goal of this series. To give you the vocabulary, to give you the tools. The rest? Well, that's up to you now. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. You've got the language now. So what's the first conversation you're going to start? Thanks so much for joining me on this journey.